mankind, where proud exotic animals roam wild and free. A land of contrast and challenge, where man and beast do battle with the elements, and men and machines do battle in the greatest motor rally in the world. The Marlboro Safari Rally. After months of practice, the waiting is over. 5 former world champions will contest the 1987 Marlboro Safari Rally. In car number 1, 1981 world champion Ari Vatanen. Winner here in 1983 for Opel, the Finn makes a welcome return to World Championship rallying after his near-fatal accident in Argentina in 1985.
22.
Okay. So it's going to be an interesting weekend.
With new co-driver Christian Tilbert, Vatanen's Subaru is first to leave the start ramp in Nairobi on Easter Thursday. Winner of this year's Paris-Dakar for Peugeot, Vatanen is happy to be back in Africa. Second car is the Audi 200 Quattro of Walter Rohrl, world champion in both 1980 and 1982. Neither Audi nor Rohrl have ever won the Safari, but the four-wheel drive Audi is fast and strong.
During practice it was raining, and it's quite nice with four-wheel drive.
Rohrl and co-driver Christian Geisdorfer are flagged away by Kenya's Minister for Culture and Social Services, the Honorable Henry Kosgei, MP. They finished second in the 1982 Safari. Will they go one better this year? Favorite Bjorn Valdegard, 1979 world champion. Last year, the Swede became the only overseas driver ever to win the Safari 3 times. Can he make it 4?
So many factory teams here this year, so it's very difficult. All cars are new for this rally, so it's impossible to say.
Relatively untried, the rear-wheel drive Toyota Supra looks magnificent, and Valdegard is as determined as ever. Right behind the old master, his young Swedish teammate Lars-Erik Torp in his Supra, number 4. Torp finished an impressive runner-up to Valdegard last year on his World Championship debut for Toyota. What about this year?
We hope so, yes. Okay, good luck. Thank you.
At 26, Torp is one of the youngest of the works drivers, but there is a wise head on those young shoulders. Erwin Weber in his 3rd Safari, this year in a lightweight 190 bhp Volkswagen Golf GTI.
I think we have enough power because our car is light enough, and if you compare the power with the weight from the car, then we are not bad, I think.
In 1986, Weber finished 4th for Toyota. A top 3 placing is his aim this year. 1984 world champion Stig Blomqvist. It's been an unhappy start to proceedings for the Swede, as his car has been destroyed in a road accident. He will now drive the locally prepared Ford Sierra Cosworth of teammate Johnny Hellier. The Ford team are returning to the Safari after a 10-year absence. Can they possibly win? The arrival of Car 7 marks the return of one of the world's best, 1983 world champion Hanno Mikkola. The Finn became the first overseas driver to win the Safari in 1972 for Ford. What are his chances 15 years on in the turbo-powered Audi 200 Quattro?
If it's very wet, I think we have an advantage to get through the places where two-wheel drive car has got the problems.
Mikkola and Hertz have not contested a world championship round since Monte Carlo 1986. Will number 7 be the first four-wheel drive car to win the Safari? Brilliant young Swede Kenneth Eriksson is tipped as a future world champion. Group A title holder in his Golf GTI last season, this year he's proving just as fleet as his more experienced opponents. His confidence is high, despite putting his VW on its roof in practice. With only front-wheel drive, he is hoping that the forecast rainstorms will not materialize.
If it is raining, it's better for you?
If it's raining, no, I think in our car I prefer a dry rally.
Most familiar face of all on the Safari, Rauno Aaltonen in the Opel Kadett. The 49-year-old Finn has yet to win the Great Canyon Classic, and this is his 23rd attempt. It is Aaltonen's only World Championship event of the year, yet his resolution and enthusiasm remain undimmed.
At the moment, it sounds beautiful. It looks right, doesn't it? And I feel well.
Another Safari stalwart, 5 times winner Shekhar Mehta, who's had problems in practice with the new Nissan 200 SX.
Yes, I am now. I mean, I can't say I'm happy with the new regulations, but I'm happy with the car when you compare it with the opposition. I think that's the right way of putting it.
The Safari is not just the story of winners and world champions. It's the rally which every driver dreams of even finishing, especially the private entrants, like Yasuhiro Iwase, a former mechanic from Japan, now one of Kenya's top competitors. And the ever-popular local hero, Patrick Njiru. This year, Patrick has his best chance of finishing the Safari in his works-prepared Subaru. It is his 5th attempt, and all of Kenya wish him well. The 53 starters from 10 nations head north from the Kenyan capital on a 2,700-kilometer loop, which will take them away from Nairobi until Saturday night. Vatanen is finding the lack of power in his Subaru frustrating, while Rorl has adapted his style to the more sedate pace of the 200 Quattro. No early problems for the front runners as the Toyotas of Valdegard and Torp hold station. Weber keeps up the pace. Blomqvist, Mikola, and Eriksson are maintaining an easy rhythm. Veteran Aaltonen, however, is already reporting problems with a clutch which refuses to engage. As the cars arrive in Embu in the foothills of Mount Kenya, Valdegard has moved ahead on the road, avoiding the choking dust. Behind the Audi 200 Quattro of Rorl. Torp is battling a severe bout of fever, which will not see him eat until the rally is over in 5 days' time. Fastest and overall leader, Hannu Mikola. Weber upholds Volkswagen honor. Teammate Eriksson has lost time with a broken drive shaft. Vatanen in the underpowered four-wheel drive Subaru cannot match the pace. Blomqvist is also suffering from a worrying fever. He snatched the lead briefly, but is now beginning to drop back. Austrian privateer Rudi Stoll is motoring well in his Audi Coupe Quattro. struggling with the Opel's clutch. Head off into the night for a well-earned rest at Nanyuki, Valdegaard takes a slender lead from Mikkola, while news arrives that five-time winner Meta has been forced to retire with differential problems. As the cars head for Cabernet, Valdegaard has maintained his lead. Mikkola, in second place overall, relentlessly keeps up the pressure. Torp, still sick, is battling on, although relegated to fifth by the tussle between Roll and Ericsson. Maintaining a steady pace, but all eyes are on the hard-charging Ericsson, who has no time to savor the splendors of Lake Baringo as he flings the nimble little Golf GTI through the sweeping curve. Arrival at Cabernet confirms that Blomqvist is out with turbo failure, but 1983 world champion Hannu Mikkola seems happy enough.
It's dry. It has been dry all the time and quite rough.
And you're satisfied at the moment?
Yes, very much so.
Despite having dropped out of the top 10, veteran Rauno Aaltonen is philosophical.
The road has been in places very rocky, but we have had today, during the day, no punctures.
Between Valdegaard's Toyota Supra and Mikkola's Audi 200 Quattro has carried them clear of the pack. But the spectacular Ericsson, now third overall, is really flying in the Golf GTI, reveling in the contest with Roll in the second Audi. Torp is fifth. An excellent sixth, Rudy Stoll is now the top-place private entry. Weber is fighting hard to make up time after a gearbox change which has dropped him out of the top 10.